area. And then as you start to make a turn towards the coast, you will get beautiful coastal views for the next 25 kilometers. It is an amazing coastal view park. 21 lookouts to pull over and enjoy the view. 19 hiking trails, 7 beaches, and 4 waterfalls. There is something for everyone, young, old, and accessible viewpoints for anyone who has mobility issues. There are plenty of hiking trails for those outdoor enthusiasts. And on a day like today, when the sun shines across the Bay of Fundy, you simply cannot beat the views. This is early morning, 8:30. The park hours are from 8 till 6 during the fall time period, September and October. During the summer months and early spring, we open in May, and the hours are 8 till 8. There's one special viewpoint that I will stop and let you all enjoy the view from one of our signature viewpoints called Martin Head Lookout. And this, my friends, is Martin Head Lookout, early morning. Peaceful, beautiful, the sun glistening, and that small peninsula that you see in the distance is called Martin Head. It is accessible on a sandbar that you can barely see during low tide, and it is one of the local favorite hotspots. It's part of the Fundy footpath. As you can see, all of those mountainous regions is part of our 64-kilometer backcountry hiking trail called Fundy footpath. And this gives you a glimpse of some of the elevations that you encounter during that hike. Usually the hike is between 3 nights, 4 days. Some people do it quicker, some people do it longer. But it is rugged and not for everyone. Hike in, hike out. Each parking lot is numbered P14. P15 is Walton Glen. We did pass that this morning. I will showcase that at a later time. I wanted to capture this magnificent view first thing in the morning so that you get to see how perfect it is on a sunny morning like today. This is Quaco Lookout. We could stop at every one, but I'm just going to give you a drive-through to give you a glimpse of every one from the road. We do have speed limit 40 kilometers per hour, mainly due to the elevations of our roadway, as well as much wildlife that you might see scooting across the road at any given moment. We have moose, white-tailed deer, black bears, coyotes, small little critters like porcupines, rabbits, and groundhogs, and other little fun creatures. I was lucky enough to see a mama black bear and 3 baby cubs early in the season. It was actually the first day the park opened, and she was scurrying them up a hill to get away from public view. I will insert that little video so you can see. Oh my goodness, look at Mama and the two little babies. Oh my goodness. Look at the babies. Oh my God. He's gonna climb a tree. I'm sorry, Mama, I won't keep you. I have also encountered a couple of moose within the park range. One young moose was prancing down the road, not a care at all, and I followed him behind for a little bit until he went into the woods. So that's why we keep our speed limit low enough that we can stop if we need to. Another very popular spot at Fundy Trail Provincial Park is Long Beach. I'm going to drive down for you to view it. It is an excellent viewpoint so that you can experience what we call a horizontal tide. We do have washroom facilities here, an interpretation center, and a food truck. And it's a very popular spot for family picnic areas. As you can see, the tide is in quite high today, and we will check it out a little later on in the day when the tide is out. That's when you can walk out onto the ocean floor up to 1,700 feet and experience what it's like to walk on the ocean floor. Highest tides in the world are the Bay of Fundy tides. This is the first year it's been a provincial park. This is the 26th year it's been open, and it opened in stages. The first 10 kilometers was open 25 years ago. And it took a few years for more money to be released so that it could be expanded. The Parkway then added on another about another 10 kilometers probably within the next couple of years, or next 10 years, and extended it to Long Beach. And you can get a glimpse of how massive of an undertaking it was to build this park by blasting through some of this 500 million year old rock. This is volcanic rock, and it took many years and lots of funds and capable engineers to be able to build this road so that we can experience it today. In 2020, they completed what we call the connector road, which links our west end entrance to our east end entrance, and then a connector road that connects us to Fundy National Park, and then on to Hopewell Rocks. That was what they had as a master plan for this park, and like I say, it took 25 years for them to achieve that whole complete package. Visitors to stop at as many as possible with their time. We do get tour buses, and lots of motorcycles love this road, and we do have many hikers that enjoy some of the 19 hiking trails we have within the park. This turn we're coming to is called Hairpin Turn. Aptly named, as you can see. It looks like you're driving into the ocean. Is not open in the wintertime for good reason. These roads are not maintained and can be very dangerous. So our park season runs from mid-May, a long weekend in May we open, and close the end of October. Then we close it up and let it rest over the winter, where the wildlife can have free reign. It's a very large park to maintain. Like I say, it's 30 kilometers from end to end. So maintaining the roadway, the grass, the picnic areas, all the wooden structures is a large undertaking. Trees are just starting to turn color now in late September. Pops of red, golden, and orange become prevalent. Most of those color bursts will be on your drive in to the park. Much of our forest in here is evergreen, so we don't have as many maples to provide those color bursts, but we do have color just the same. This is a beautiful view of looking down onto Big Salmon River, which we're descending down to now. This was once a thriving logging and shipbuilding community. In the 1800s, there was sawmills constructed, logging operations, and up to 100 families lived within this park during that high season of logging. And of course, those logs were used for shipbuilding, and that was another thriving industry in this park in the 1800s. The turn of the century, the Pajebscott Paper Company purchased land here and produced pulp and paper for that industry. After all of that was done, around 1950, all of the homes and all of the industry was dismantled. Some of the homes were sent out on a barge, and some homes were dismantled stick by stick and removed. And then the forest regrew and took claim of the land again until 1998, when construction of the park began. So much of this forest area has been left untouched for many years. And now it will be protected for the future. Another magnificent view of that volcanic rock. As you can visualize them blasting through this to create this road. We're now descending down into the Big Salmon River, once the thriving salmon fishing river, but with our changes in environment and many other factors, it no longer carries the number of salmon that it once did. And if we look over to the right, we can see the suspension footbridge, which is in place of where the original bridge was when this was a logging industry. And we will take a glimpse at the beautiful Big Salmon River at low, well, I guess it's mid-tide right now. And high tides, we will see most of that area covered with water as it meets the Bay of Fundy tides meet the Big Salmon River. Parking lot 6, where we have concerts and special events in our tent. And as we come down here, we have what we call the cookhouse, which is a replica of how the lumberjacks used to eat their meals when they were working in the woods. And that is an area where we have events for tour buses as well as food for some of our visitors. There's a beautiful red colored bush in bloom. Can't think of the name of it right now. Now we are descending down into the area where we have the interpretive center at Big Salmon River. It's a gift shop, as well as an area where we can showcase the history on an 8-minute video that captures what life was like here when it was a lumbering and fishing industry. To the suspension footbridge. Bridge you see, the driving bridge that we drove over, is labeled the Mitchell Franklin Bridge, named after a gentleman that was an integral part of having this park built. He had a dream and was able to convince some politicians to back him, and he put his heart and his soul into this place, and we are reaping the benefits of it today. And a really cool fact on that, his daughter, Beverly Franklin, works here today still and has been here every year since it began. She is what we call the icon of the park and is full of history, information, and just a joy to sit and talk to her and let her tell you some stories about this park.